Hey everyone, welcome to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird.
Fuego here.
Here to do the third to last episode of
You heard his expression.
Casterly Rock. Guys, it's still
the Stephen King
it's
hodgepodge
not,
show.
Here's the thing. 1/3 of this episode was great.
Yeah.
1/3 of this episode was interesting. 1/3 of this episode was typical, boring Castle Rock.
But the irony of it was that the most interesting part was where, like, we have complained about them not answering questions. The most compelling stuff in this was when they asked more questions and brought in, like, new characters.
Yes, the most compelling part
briefly,
had to deal with characters that we have never really met before.
Well,
like you said, very briefly.
When they were first moving into the town and stuff. And it's this couple that is, like, doing a bed and breakfast, like, history of the horrors of this.
Very reminiscent of a book called The Beast House that I actually sent. It's actually called The Cellar. It's by Richard Lehman.
Is that the one that somebody sent you and you were telling me that?
No, that's the one I sent to Brian. Yes,
the stuff
yes,
in
it is. It is horror bestiality. But the idea of the story is there is a house that they have built. They have dummies representing the victims of the beast,
which they did
from
in this
the murder.
episode.
That's exactly what they did. Yes,
when they were talking to this cheating couple, where they're like, "How many years have you been married?" 12, 3, and you're just like,
"Oh, yes, exactly." So yeah, this couple opens a B&B, as it were, that is an homage to the horrific acts that took place in this particular building before.
Well, yeah,
years ago.
and also it was the old warden's home. Remember?
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right. So yeah, the first thing that happens is they have this setup. They have a dummy with an axe in its head as sort of like, which I actually think is great in their lobby, sitting on the couch
episode,
next to the.
Especially coming off of the last episode with Ruth, this episode opened up really good, and then.
Fizzled.
Lost itself.
Fizzled.
Yes.
So yeah, we get to meet this couple and we see their deal, and it actually brings back Jackie Torrance.
Finally, something for her to do, because I like Jane Levy. She's a damn good actress. She was great in Don't Breathe. She was very good in The Evil Dead.
Not only something for her to do.
Yeah, finally, because she has essentially, and he's just jumping off to blow his nose, but, I mean, I see what he's doing.
Not only did she have something to do, but she got to take up the family name.
Exactly, and finally do something that the Torrances are notorious for. Sorry, I try when I...
You're out of here. Yes, no, so she took up the axe and went to hacking when necessary.
Yeah, and yet it was the whole thing where you're wondering if everybody was being compelled by the kid to do this stuff.
No.
You know,
I don't think
so.
I don't think so.
No?
Do you really think,
No, I don't personally think so.
You think the kid was compelling the couple to do what they were doing?
Yes, that I do.
Really?
That I do. I don't necessarily think
How? He wasn't there.
He doesn't have to be close by.
Really?
At least in my estimation.
Really? No, I think that guy was just nuts. Because it showed him killing his boss or whatever when he was nowhere near the kid.
Yeah, but yet, the fact that, remember when Jackie was in that house and stuff, and she was like, I just wasn't quite myself and all that, and it was almost like when she went to axe hacking crazy, it was like she was in a trance or kind of, like controlled by somebody else. I don't know. Basically...
we constantly have disagreements about this show, but
we
that's
do.
all right. That means it's an interesting show.
No, everybody says, and as
I have a limp axe.
As I mentioned with Cecil, Freddy in Space from Bloody Disgusting, who I have a lot of respect for, he did a very good editorial where he was like, okay, when is Castle Rock going to start answering questions with only 2 episodes left? Like, what the hell are we watching at this point? You know, and they just keep injecting more questions and more characters, and I'm still not very compelled by anything Henry Deaver associated.
Nope.
Not at all. He escaped the deprivation chamber.
The psychic girl's plot, I don't care.
Yeah, I really don't.
I still don't care.
Although they implied that she is dead at the end of the episode.
That was interesting, that they're sixth-sensing us? Really? So has there been... Like now, fuck you. Hey, Castle Rock, fuck you. I'm not going back and watching. Hey, Castle Rock, let me tell you a secret. Let me tell you a little secret. Castle Rock, come here, come close, come close, come close.
Come a little bit closer.
I want them to hear this. I'm not gonna fucking rewatch the first 7 episodes.
Would you fuck me?
Go fuck yourself. I'm not gonna do it just to find out if she's actually been interacting with people or not.
I have actually rewatched but then is Henry dead too then? If that's the case, if they're able to interact and stuff.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we had commenters.
No, or does he have the shine?
Yeah,
that's the easiest way to explain everything in this fucking King.
You know, Vince Rush tweets me the other day, right? And he's like, Vince Rush. Yeah, Vince Rush is amazing. He did this terrific It comic book that we featured here on the channel.
I saw a fan had that on their bookshelf.
Yes,
and I'm like,
Scott Baker.
I was like, hey, good for him. So I wonder how he did it. Did he freaking did he order it or
Probably,
did? Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's awesome. Yeah, that shows like the just intermingling of all of our fans.
I loved seeing that.
Yeah, but what I have to say though is that Vince tweets me the other day, and I've had lots of other people tweet me, but his was one of the most prolific, and he's like, hey man, did you notice that it was 27 years before when Henry, escaped from
91.
blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what, man? I honestly think it's just Easter egg, nod and wink silliness that really is not going to have any major bearing in the storytelling. Yep. It's not going to.
No, I agree.
It's all Easter eggs, dude. I mean, it's the references to a portion of the town burning down, which is Needful Things. It's referencing a dog mauling somebody, which is Cujo. It's
What if would it save the series for you? And I don't know what kind of hoops they'd have to jump through to pull this off. But what if it's 27 years? What if
he proposed a theory that
what if the kid is Bob Gray?
Well, that's a very popular theory, actually. A very popular theory.
So
I think like 19%.
I'm guessing that's a Kingverse reference.
Of course, this.
All right.
Yeah, but honestly, this episode it started strong, as we mentioned, and it was grisly and crazy when it wanted to be. One of the best things that I thought was how we finally had something for Jackie Torrance, but I still think her character is, at the end of the day, going to be underserved and poorly utilized.
It's already been underserved.
It's so much nod and wink shizzle on this show, and
I don't mind.
To be honest,
her nod and winkiness is okay, except for the fact that it's a nod and wink to a story that I care even less about after having just watched it.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, my uncle went crazy. He was an author too. He was out in Colorado.
I'm sorry.
No, you're totally on point, man. You're on point.
All right, well, let's stick a bit to our review. We're just railing on it right now.
No.
The cinematography still remains good in the show.
The show and the music has built itself to be better and better with each new episode.
I agree with that.
That is something that I will say where I felt almost a True Blood vibe with, like, the kind of, like, I don't know. I mean, using these weird, sparse, just kind of haunting musical segments and stuff like that. Obviously, popular songs.
God damn it, there is a lot of Henry looking around, though. If there wasn't fucking 5 to 10 minutes of Henry looking around a new location every goddamn episode, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
He's doing the gumshoe work,
It's too much. Yeah. It's too much.
I still love Skarsgård. I was very
Skarsgård is great. He's interesting.
Yeah, I was very sad with the confirmation of Pangborn and everything that we saw in the
really, you thought he'd still survive? No.
Yeah, I thought. Well, she gave him like a.
Yeah, but where's the drama in him surviving, though? There's no drama on this show. They had to kill him.
The one thing that I have to say, though, is that he was in love with Polly in Needful Things, and where does Ruth come into play? They've been so good about, like, keeping everything else in context, and that they did not, so. I don't know. Yeah. Kind of curious, but.
Alright, well, acting-wise, Sissy Spacek, I felt like was a bit of a step backwards now that she had such a tour de force in the last episode, and now she's just back to not knowing what's going on.
Yeah, which kind of makes sense because that is
her character. It does, but it's not as impressive now that we've seen the other.
Episode 7 was the best episode of this season, period, and it was just standing on its own fantastic television watching, in my estimation, because, contrary to Marcia Parker, there's no time travel going on here. This was a manifestation of dementia, and they did it insanely effectively. You guys get the reference there? And it hurt my heart, like, genuinely. So that's why going back to the Castle Rock formula in episode 8 just didn't work for me. I was like, we're back to the way that this show is.
Yeah. Well, there you go, guys. I think that's going to do it for our thoughts on episode 8 of season 1 of Castle Rock.
We're really trying.
We're trying, man. I mean,
trying to like
Jesus, we even watch it like right when it comes out, Tuesday night even.
Yeah,
we're here on the West Coast. I watch it with Lily
every Tuesday night.
West Coast, Arizona. Technically West Coast time zone. But so it comes on at 9 p.m. on Tuesdays for us, and we watch it right away. But damned if we're not disappointed every goddamn time.
Yeah,
except for 7.
Yeah, after the fervency that it built up initially.
And I love Mark Bernardin, but this is a fail.
Yeah, and yet this wasn't really as much the too many cooks mentality. This was just, bless you, sir. This was just more so like not knowing and wondering where the show is going to go. I am genuinely thinking, unless the revelations are ginormous in... There's only 2 more episodes. Unless the revelations are ginormous in these final 2 episodes.
Better be the best 2 episodes of TV ever.
Marsha keeps comparing it to Lost, another JJ show, which I know you kind of
I like
agree
Lost.
with her about, right?
I like Lost.
Yeah,
I like the ending too.
I've never watched it. No. So I don't know. Bless you, sir, and bless
almighty.
all of you.
We got to get out of here before I die of sneezes.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to be coated with schnot from Nishmi on here in just a
I'll
second.
sneeze at you next time. Oh, God, it's on deck.
All right, so I gotta extend a grande gracias to everybody on the Hail to Stephen King group that has been super cool about sharing these videos, because they all want theories from myself. Cecil, sadly, Marsha's not here this evening. She had to go back and attend to her child, but yes, thank you so very much. We've got 2 more episodes to go, so
stay tuned.
I don't know.
All right, thanks very much for watching, guys. I've been Cecil Laird.
Gracias, open Jaime Fuego.
And remember,
stay scared of this axe.
I didn't even do it.